Hello, everyone. This is Scratch and Jack, your host for, what is this? The Amazing Scale Modelers Across the Pond Hangout. uh, and Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genres, and skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. Amazing Scale Modelers is perhaps the biggest and the fastest growing on the Google Plus communities. We currently have 1,900, and see, that's what I was trying to find before I broadcast, and then I need another screen. 1,918. Yeah, 1,918. Very nice. We just need another 80 or so to get to 2,000. That would be very nice. So tell your friends about this community, because if you're watching, you're going to be interested in this stuff. We build scale models and all that kind of stuff here. And let's see, I kind of lost my track here. Today we have joining with us some scale modelers of the community who'd like to share their things. I don't know. And I had an announcement, but I can't remember what it is. So why don't we move along and start with James? And Heath's not here, so we're going to start with James.
Good morning, Jack.
How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Well, I've been busy with my tank.
Oh, very nice. You're Sherman.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Sweet. Very cool.
Had to do a few detail mods to it that weren't included with it in order to more accurize it, but I think it's coming along really, really nice.
Yes.
And I've started on the turret.
Whoop.
Dropped it.
Oh.
At least it's paper. It doesn't break when you drop it. At least at this stage, anyway. So I'm working on the turret.
Wow.
And it'll take a good part of today to get that main chassis of the turret assembled.
Yeah, I mean, I got some screen share for you. This is what James posted on the community. This is actually really cool. What are these like braces on the side here?
Yeah, they're sheet metal brackets. See that whole mud guard that's there is sheet metal. On the real tank, you don't stand on it.
Okay.
It would just bend. Like if you look at some of the pictures of the active Sherman, you'll see this thing all bent and warped and everything else. That's because people have stood on it. And these brackets are more or less to keep it from rattling. So that's a common feature of the Sherman. Actually, you'll see some Shermans without the mud shield on it that's been taken off. But
you got your shovels and your picks and your axes.
And the tools are all there. And that took a bit of redo from the stock ones.
That shovel does not look like it's made of paper.
There we go. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Look at that. Very cool. Axe. Got a small axe.
Small axe. There's a pick. A couple pry bars.
Really cool. You know, paper modeling, it's very interesting. Very interesting. Especially, let's go back here, especially these wheels.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, each of those bogies is like 7 pieces.
Oh, wow.
So you've got the piece that makes the tube in the back, and then there's a front cap, end cap, and there's a middle cap, and there's a liner piece that goes in the front here. So
that's amazing, totally amazing. Oh, I didn't even present it to everybody. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry if you're all watching. Not a very good. Okay. Oh, these are the brackets right here that go on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all doubled over and cut out. So.
Uh-huh. Oh, really cool. Mm-hmm.
So it's coming along. I even got the helmet now mounted on top of the cable jumper jack.
Uh-huh. How much time do you think you have left on that?
Probably, well, it'll be done before the end of the month.
Uh-huh.
So I figured out another week and a half.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
A lot of the worst part is done, but we'll see.
Next person we have, Randall. I'm going to introduce Liam. He's going to explain what a stash is meant to have only means. Hi, Liam.
What kind of strange you worded that one?
It's not my fault you can't type properly.
Well, I think, at least I conveyed the message, although the grammar and the English is all horrible, but it conveyed the message that having a stash is just having a stash.
Yeah, so you have to have fuel for your hobby.
Well, see, here's the thing. When we have a stash, we have a stack of boxes of models and a closet under tables. All Jack has is James has is reams of paper.
Yeah. No, I have plastic too.
James's stash is a box of office paper. And that is 5,000 models.
At least they can get it in the door without a wife complaining.
Exactly. You can make a table out of it.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, just to add to it, I actually have two stashes. I have one that has models in the boxes and one that has no models in the boxes.
And you have this wonderful stash right here.
That's true. So, Liam, what are you working on?
I'm sanding. Then when I was finished, I did some more sanding, and then after that, I sanded. I've been working on the AMT 1537 Enterprise, which as everyone knows has some Aztecing.
The bumpy.
But I don't know to what extent it will show up, but it's debumped.
Less bumpy.
Yeah, and then the upper saucer is debumped. I think there's nothing, no bumps showing, and then the lower saucer is also mostly debumped.
Now tell me, do you think you'd have been just as far along if you had just carved that from a block of wood?
You've never seen my carpentry, Lou?
I'm worried about that bat lift you got behind you there.
Yeah, well, that's more like it. Yeah,
that's for when the sanding gets to be too much.
Yes, that's why it's just sitting here to hand. The thing, if anyone is contemplating doing this kit, I've watched different people doing it different ways and all the rest of it, and the recommendation for a lot of people was to fill it and sand it. I went through 12 blocks of sanding, the foam sanding blocks, 180, yes. And even then, it wasn't enough. So what I would do, or what I would say is, for the everything bar the saucer, no, I would just go straight to the sanding stick stage. It's much easier. Because basically, you're just taking it down a level. Rather than trying to build it up, you end up with an awful lot of plastic sawdust, if that's the right term. But it's far easier. I mean, I'm not adding any enhancement parts to this, and I just want to try and get it smooth to the point where it can start, and then I'll probably use decals for a lot of the other stuff on it. I have not yet done the dreaded.
Yeah.
I haven't touched those yet, because what I'll probably need to do is get some. Smaller, you get the thin versions of these, or else I'll just cut these down in size and continue with it then. I have been using this stuff, which Mr. Surfacer, and that's really recommended. That's superb stuff for things like this. I mean, I don't know if this has been done a couple of times with it. and most you can still see the lines
Mm-hmm.
where the Aztecing was, but once they get an hour sort of sand and an hour primer coat, they'll be gone. So I recommend that. So I'm enjoying it, but it's just a lot of tedious back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth.
Well, now for the truth, guys, that Liam is auditioning for a movie. It's called Karate Kid: The Elderly Years. Wax on, wax off.
Under the cell. Under the cell.
Yeah, you have the more patience for that. You know, I had a kit like that, and I popped open, and I just threw it together. I just threw glue on it, and just put it together. It's a fit-wise. What do you think? Fit-wise.
It's not horrendous so far. I mean, I know lighting-wise, what I probably will do is I'm not going for aftermarket parts. What I'm going to try and do is leave all of the nacelle parts that I want to be a different color. I'm going to leave those unpainted, so I will cover them up, paint everything. The only problem is on the inside of this, you have 30 great big.
Yeah, the mold.
Yeah, so they need to be taken out before you really get the engine effect. But I mean, I've seen some.
You know, you really don't really get rid of those. It may be very smooth, but as light passes through it, the way the fibers of the plastic are through there are different. So you're still going to see the shadow of them.
Right.
I think it would be. This is a suggestion. It would be best probably if you were to cut that part out and put a flat piece of styrene in there.
I don't know. It's the first Enterprise A I've built. So it's a learning exercise just to see what I can and can't do with it. I mean, how far I will go with the lighting, I just don't know. But it's an experiment, and it's because it's the 50th anniversary. I thought I would do something this year. So. Sure.
You can always come to the States on 4th of July and blow it up. So. So how you doing, Bob?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bob.
Yeah.
He cracks me up.
I worked
is it still a good night where you are?
Yeah, he probably worked all night, about 12 hours, and now he's here with us.
Yeah.
So what you working
on? The GB.
Oh, yes. That is so cool.
Nice little airplane.
The scallops, the red scallops, are you doing the fine red, the fine black line that's on it, or I can just about see it. Oh yeah, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What scale of kit is that, Bob?
The 32nd scale.
What did they say? It's looking awfully big for the.
Is that the Williams Brothers kit?
No, this is the Lindbergh kit.
Oh right.
For like $6.
I have the Williams Brothers kit in the stash, and it's that scalloping that scares the hell out of me. All that masking.
Yeah, that was the pain. What I did was actually used Scotch tape, clear plastic tape, so that I could see through it and see what I was doing.
Good idea.
To mask it. That'll probably be done by the end of the weekend here. What else? My shampoo bottle in space hasn't gone too far. Got the base coat on it, and it's ready to start Aztecing it. And I've got glue for the Aztec stencils.
Awesome. We need to see how it works with the glow in the dark material.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a light gray with the stencils. Then I've got the clear glow in the dark that I'm gonna go back over it with. So it should come out pretty cool. And then my P38 for the box stock community build, there ain't enough done on it to show. About 3 parts together is all I've done on it. Got the about half the cockpit done.
Cool.
That's all I got.
Excellent. And how you doing, Wayne?
Hi, sorry, I got my mouthful. I'm fine, thank you. as you see, I was supposed to. Went to a mall show the other weekend, which I was part of.
Let's do a screen share.
Peterborough.
Let's do screen share. And screen share, screen share. There we go. Present to everyone.
Wow.
That's a lot of styrene there.
Yeah. I took some bits down myself. I took my Panther, my first diorama build down with me. Which I didn't take a picture of, but lots of other people were taking pictures of it, so...
F18? I'm sorry, F15? Right here? I recognize that. I think this is an F22 here. And this is the, oh gosh,
Phantom F4.
F4?
Phantom.
The Phantom F4, yeah. Yep. Oh boy, this is so much fun that I can actually recognize this stuff. And this up here, oh gosh, this is the first
71
Blackbird.
The Blackbird, yes. Excellent, excellent. This is really cool stuff. Oh, helicopters. I'm not familiar with those quite yet. This might be the Apache right here.
No, that's the like CH-53 or
heavy lifter.
Sea Stallion or something like that.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Look at this. This is really cool. Yeah, I delved into.
It's a weekend kit.
Weekend kit, right?
It's a Valiant.
I'm wrong.
Oh, these are World War I tanks, aren't they not?
Yes, they are.
Oh, cool. That was probably a really fun to go to.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know what I got?
He spent money.
Yeah, I spent money. I had to.
That's the Academy one, is it?
Yeah, that's the Academy one.
Nice.
I'm just laughing because I know I should go to those places with no money and no wallet.
Yes, recommend it.
Very cool.
The picked up that one for $28. So that was a good day out. No beer though. It was a school, so there's no beer tent there.
Oh wow! Come across something here. This is actually a pretty big scale, right here. Screen. This is a big scale right here. This is probably a 32.
Tornado?
Yeah, Tornado's 32. Not sure what the tank behind it is. It probably.
That's a 1/16 scale. That is.
Yeah.
And even some sci-fi being represented here. These are probably fine molds. Oh, they even got the.
Yeah. Bandai.
Bandai given the bases.
Oh wow! Wow, this looks like somebody's living room.
The furniture.
Yeah. Everybody was catered for there. Figure builders, Star Wars. We had a couple of railway kits there as well.
See, this is what I think is actually a cool show because you got the armor, and I saw cars before. You have sci-fi. Yeah, this is all cool stuff. Yeah, so if you want to see more, just go to our community at Amazing Scale Modelers, or even go to Wayne's site, which is what's the name that you're Wayne Lazenby?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you got some good purchases there. I'm really excited. I will be looking forward to seeing those built. Excellent.
Well, the Tiger, you know, Ammo Mig.
Yeah.
Painting that. He's doing it. He does how-to videos on YouTube, and he's done winter. So done a camouflaged tiger. So I'm gonna use his videos and do this in a winter camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get all the stuff and finish off this Fury build and finishing off. It's all painted now with the olive drab. I'm just going to put the wheels on, finish off the black paintwork. So, but my sister sent me some paintbrushes for my birthday. Roller brush.
Cool. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah. And say I treat myself as well, so that's about it. I've started that Churchill snake launcher type.
Uh-huh.
But it is really, really complicated. You've got all the suspension is fully spring loaded, so if you spend half the time looking for springs that go flying off.
That's what's so weird about this Tamiya motorcycle kit that I'm doing. They actually have metal screws to put this thing together. It's gonna be fun. So how you? I'm gonna wake Phil up. How you doing, Phil?
How rude! I was asleep. I'm doing good. Arcadia's coming into completion. I squirted the gunship green on it this morning, so it still needs a little bit more paint because it's got wooden depths and stuff like that. And I put the first warp nacelle on this beast this morning. Oops, here we go.
Look at that.
I'm doing one at a time, so because I'm fiddling with wires and nacelles and glue and tape. So, but I realized this morning when I did my light test, I actually used a blue strobe on the back. Cool.
You got Vegas lights in there.
Yeah. I thought happy with that. I thought, I thought they were white, but they're blue. Cute. So I'm just running the lights to make sure that, after you slam that warp nacelle in there and shove the wires back inside, and then you find they don't work 3 weeks later. So, and of course, because I've got 4 models on the go now.
Nice. I was going to say that people go kind of loony over that 350 Enterprise. For you, that's probably lightweight stuff, considering the battleships and the aircraft carriers you've been building and PT boats and whatnot.
Yeah, but the 350 is just a weekend model.
Yeah.
The Hornet, I'd actually lost the anchors.
Oh dear.
For 4 days I couldn't find them. I found them. So yeah, I'm just doing the anchors, and then it's got to go upstairs in the nice weather for some more paint. But of course, I got this one. Yeah. That's just the top of the cardboard piece that came in the 4 box.
That's a metal kit.
Don't show that to James. He'll make a model out of it.
They charge you by the pound for that, right?
Did you say that's a metal kit?
No, it's the brand. It's metal. It's by Saw Art Workshop, and it's a Metal Troops creation. It's actually supplied by something international, the same mob that made the aircraft carrier. I can't name my pen. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, so it looks like there's a couple of different companies had their hands in it, but it's big.
Did you all hear what he said? He's got 4 builds going plus that monster.
Yeah. No, 4 including this monster. So the Arcadia, the 350.
That's different. That's different.
Well, the problem is, I like to have a couple going because while one's drying in paint, you can be sanding the other. I've ended up now, I've got 3 of them in paint. So now I'm bored. I have to start the store
Everyone, keep Phil talking, and I'll phone the hospital now.
And be sure there are the heavy-duty nets on them, you know. For me, it's not, you know, oh, it's not like for kits like you're saying that, oh, the paint will dry, the glue will dry on this, I'm working on another. For me, it's like working on a kit, then I go to work for a week, and then I go back.
Well,
It was supposed to be funny.
It just turned out that, you know, I wanted to build something rather than watch paint dry, so I've ended up with 4 on the go. But I probably end up with 5 on the go because I'm going to put the door in a diorama and it needs a Panzer tank.
What scale is the door? Is
something. A Panzer tank.
the door a 1/72nd or?
No, the door is 1/35th, so I can do a 1/35th tank, which is pretty standard. So I don't have to hunt around fiddling with scales. And I thought a 1/35th truck, and maybe a 1/35th Kriegs locomotive.
Oh, of course.
This diorama could be 12 feet long by the time I'm done.
That's why Lou's getting an extension bolt to take all your models.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to put an addition on the house like Lewis. Exactly. When I'm watching paint dry, I'm usually online talking to James. So he's a good person to watch paint dry with. He's great to hang out with. Anyway, that's what you're going to be building, all that stuff, and 12-foot dioramas. It's a good thing your wife is away a lot. She comes home and she sees a 12-foot diorama in the garage.
You know, I'm down in the basement and she keeps closing the door.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Only not mine when she closes the door. It's when she nails the door shut that he does.
I was just about to say that's a good thing it doesn't have a lock on it.
That's right.
It's all the hammering. It's the pounding from the hammers that keep you up.
And some writers have actually took heed to that situation and wrote a movie called 10 Cloverfield.
Yeah.
So that's the monsters outside your door there. Okay, wow. You know what? I just enjoyed talking to you. And you know, somehow you succeed at getting these huge builds built. A year ago, you were doing these sheets upon sheets of minute photo etch on your Hornet, on the Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the Hornet?
Yeah.
That did get done, did it not?
Oh no, hang on. You're talking about the Missouri.
The Missouri. Okay, right. The Misery.
The Misery. Yeah. So of course, having completed the Misery, I immediately started another one. Yeah. There's the Misery.
Went to the Agony.
Oh, that is so.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And it's big.
That's something for the bathtub.
It's actually the Missouri, because it's the same scale and the same era. The Missouri is actually a bigger ship than the Hornet aircraft carrier. It's longer by about 10 feet.
Oh, wow. Right. Okay.
So I have to go down to Philly sometime because the Iowa is down there, and I have never seen. I'm not going to Hawaii in the short term, so I was thinking I might go down to Philly and go over the Iowa. It'd be nice.
I think isn't the Iowa decommissioned?
Yeah, but they all are. So the Missouri, they're Iowa class ships. So the Iowa's in Philly, and the Missouri is in Hawaii, and I think
and the Hawaii is in Greenland.
Yeah, and I think the New Jersey was broken up for scrap.
That's pretty much right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scrap.
Yeah. Read what you like into that,
huh? How you doing, Randall?
Not too bad, Jack. Yourself?
Oh, I'm pretty good, thanks. This is actually a lot of fun. You guys are doing some awesome builds, and you have to do the same thing. Show us something awesome.
Don't know about awesome, but doing the dashboard.
He's showing us a sprue.
Yeah, I was looking at that this morning. Looks pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that is.
I think the photo you put online you just had the outline of the.
I just had the bezels painted on the each style, but I'm in the process of putting the decals in.
Looking good.
It's fun in those smaller ones. They're only like about 1.5 millimeters across.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really cool.
And then in between times to relax, I put the piping on the
seat.
And he's the one that's scared of doing the black line on the.
Yeah.
For relaxation, I did the piping on the small.
Okay, sure. It's no 6-foot-long battleship, but it'll do.
I don't know where I put a 6-foot-long battleship in this room.
You've just got to put your mind to it. You can get it there.
Well, that's not exactly so, Phil, because if he does a 6-foot battleship, he'll have to move to another country.
Yeah.
The UK's pretty small.
I'd have to go into Southern Ireland just to get the thing turned round. Anyway, that's what I'm doing.
Now I'm rocked with hysteria. That is pretty awesome. So putting piping. Anything else you have to add to that?
It's not a number. He's a free modeler.
Oh, cool. Okay, very nice.
Ignition harness on the engine, the Cosworth engine.
Mm-hmm.
That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that in my sleep.
Yeah. So that's moving on. How you doing, Lou? Have you built the addition to the house yet?
No. I did have the contractor over last week though, and I'm on his schedule. So now that the weather is turning nice, it should be easy to go. I've got my plans. I've got them all signed off and expertly looked at by people who know how to do those things. And I've given the sets of plans to the contractor, and he is going out and getting permits now and stuff like that.
Now. Okay, cool. So you're on your way of by what percentage are you expanding your house with this room? It's just one room, you're saying, but how big is this room going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be one 16-foot square room.
Oh, okay.
So it's just going to be display space.
It's for the captain's chair. Tell the truth.
Yeah, well, it's for the
chair. The chair will just sit there by itself with nothing else.
No, well, it's my retirement gift.
You say 16 foot?
Yeah.
16 square foot. 4 foot by 4 foot.
No, 16 foot by 60 foot. Not 60 square feet.
Oh, right.
256 square feet or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to build a bridge and to match the chair.
Well, I won't tell you that it won't be painted those colors, but it won't. No, actually the chair came after the plans for the expansion. So, but I'll make room for it.
Well, you have a ranch-style house. You got one floor, is it, or is it multi-floor?
It's a 50s brick ranch, so it's all one floor.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's easy to add on to something that build like that, and it looks normal too.
Yeah.
Here in town, you got these 2 or 3 story high buildings, and they have this bump out.
Yeah, the first thing most people do is close in their carports. But I'm going to keep my carport the way it is, so I'm going to build off the back.
Cool. So, and you're going to do what with that room? Tell us about that.
It's going to be strictly display space. I'm going to be putting display cases in there, and it's going to be probably where they'll pull my cold dead body out of when I die. It's going to be. I've had a kit that I've had for 15 years now, the 66-inch Enterprise. And I've had that kit, and I bought that for my retirement. So now, as soon as I retire, I can start working on that and have a place to put it.
Cool. Oh, cool. That's really cool. We won't think any different of you if you happen to have change hanging from the ceiling.
No. What I finally finished this week was.
Cool. Nice. You have to take photos and post them.
Okay.
Because I asked you to, please.
Yeah. But after wrestling all last weekend with this finish, I finally got it done. So
I wonder what great genius had thought this one up. I mean, it's just so weird.
Well, it's I'm sure they had styrofoam balls around the 20th century lot, and they said, "Well, get some of those."
Yeah.
Because if it's Irwin Allen, chances are not a lot of time or money was put into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so strange that they didn't reuse it 100 times.
Uh-huh.
You know, I could swear my grandma had a lamp that looked almost exactly like that.
And it could have been taken from somebody's grandma's lamp.
Yeah, I mean I even think that in the Flash Gordon serials they had in the 30s were even better looking than that. Irwin Allen just had I don't know, the aesthetic of his science fiction was weird, just weird.
Yeah. Well, they didn't mind putting money into things that they were going to reuse, like the original Jupiter 2 set. They knew that they were going to use that all year. They put all the money in the world into that. But for something that was only going to be shot for one episode, it was styrofoam and sparkle paint.
It looks much better than the Spindrift, Lou.
That's true. That's true.
Well, the Spindrift is actually pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, but it wasn't meant to be used the same way as the Jupiter 2 was. It was basically the background set. It was all the giant effects is where they were going to spend their money.
Spindrift, I'm thinking, no, not the Spindrift. I'm thinking the Flying Sub.
Flying Sub, yeah.
That's not Irwin Allen, is it?
Yeah, that's Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, that's Irwin Allen. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
then maybe I'm overjudging it. Maybe I'm just judging it based on Lost in Space. Then perhaps it's just to me that's probably what's interesting about that show is you can tell because it's both in black and white and in color, and further, the black and white shows are very serious.
Yeah.
Where the color ones are very campy and silly. And
they started out with one mission, and then they realized where their popularity was with the younger kids, and that's the market they went. So they progressively went dumber and dumber, and campier, and more towards Will and the robot and Smith, because that's what their core audience was.
I would say, but when I was a kid, I didn't watch that show. I watched Batman, which was even
campier, yes.
It
was also the birth of color television, and by God, we're going to use all the colors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you know what? I don't even know. Maybe you know if there's any scale model historian when it comes to TV and just for the whole hobby, because it started in the 1800s. Scale model started in the 1800s with model railroading. I wonder if there's a historian around who can,
I'm sure there have been several books on this topic. Are you just talking about modeling in general, or sci-fi modeling, or?
Well, I'm just talking about the course of the hobby, of the craft, of the artwork.
That would be an interesting story.
Yes. So anybody out there who wants to be a historian, that's a subject that would be nice. That would be interested in.
I would imagine it started even earlier with the net. With I keep thinking of like the Egyptian and Roman armies, how they would have scale plans of the battlement and
it goes way back, right back to when the retired seamen used to make model ships and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
but it goes way back. I'm thinking of those big war battle plan things, where they push phalanxes and they'd have little model stand-ins of the armies and that kind of stuff.
I think a lot of us become historians through the models that we build.
Yeah.
Even future historians, if you think of Star Trek and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, when Lou went to the Air and Space Museum and he did a video of the curator of the museum, describing the technology and the techniques being used to rehab the TV show's Enterprise. And I understand it was a furniture maker who made all the wooden parts because he had the tools and the ability to make those shapes.
It's weird because at the time you don't go out and say, okay, I need the best model maker in the world to make this. No, you go hire Clem across the street who has a furniture shop.
Sure.
And Clem is going to use his skills to make. You want me to make a spaceship? Well, I can make it. I can make a circle, and we can do fix it up that way. But he's not necessarily thinking, oh, well, that's not going to work because your impulse engine is too close to your warp engine. Right. That's just not how it. And people think that nowadays, people think that the people back then were these, white-wigged people who, were very studious and thinking about every little detail and how we can do this and how we can confound model makers for 50 years to figure out what color this is. No, they're going to go to the shop. They're going to pull the gray paint off the shelf. They're going to paint it the color of gray that they have, and then they're going to send it out. They're not trying to make it difficult to reproduce.
No.
It's just that 50 years later, some of those methods were lost, and some of they didn't take notes as to what color exactly they used.
Sure.
That kind of stuff.
But what I found interesting in that is they X-rayed the model to see what's really inside it and how it was constructed.
And there's a ton of nails in that thing.
Well, yes, there are nails in that thing as well as screws too, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's amazing to me is that they use like three penny nails that long to nail two things together that are that thick. It's like we're going to tack the plastic on the outside of the hull, but we're going to use 4-inch nails to do it.
I was disappointed, Lou. I was disappointed to see they're saying now it'll be 2017 before it's finished.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it was one of the videos the other day. The girl with the glasses that's doing a lot of the drawing work. She said
there is a significant interest in having it done by next July or this July.
July.
Well, check back. I think they put it back.
I have not heard that.
Yeah. It was Monday or Tuesday. One of the videos that was put up by TrekCore, I think it was. So I'll be disappointed.
Bottom line is, I'm just surprised when she said that this thing was put together to last.
Yeah.
That's to tell you that the craftsmanship, the furniture maker, that's the only way he knew how to do stuff is to make things last.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. It's almost harder to do it on the cheap than it is to do it good.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Exactly. That's just a really cool stuff. Well, I got something to share. I'm doing my Tamiya Ducati. What is it? 916 sports bike. And
look at that.
Here's my engine and swing arm. And there's a lot of parts here. There's a lot of parts here. This is all plastic here, and this is a vinyl tubing. There's a vinyl tubing underneath here. I always thought it was kind of strange that the chain will go past the swing arm, but when it's all put together, it makes total sense. And the yellow the yellow spring is painted with a pretty old Tester's little bottle paint, 1/4 ounce bottle paint. It took forever to cure. Enamel usually does. But everything else is Vallejo acrylics. That spring is actually metal. So I had to use the enamel on it. And I was watching a couple of episodes of Star Trek when I was doing the spring there. Just painting the spring. But this is as far as I had gotten. And this is probably about 10 hours of work. Watching paint dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I found interesting in it is that here you can see the contrast between the silver paint, the aluminum paint, and a metallized gray. And there's a flash of it. But this is about as far as I've gotten, and now I'm looking at the frame. They want me to paint it like a silver and gold leaf mixture, like the metallized gray. And I don't know. I'm just thinking visiting a hobby shop today and seeing if they got some gold leaf. Because the only thing I have is, again, the Tester's enamel. This is actually very bright gold.
Yeah.
But I can't mix this with the acrylic. And they want, what is it, silver and gold leaf together. I don't even know why. I looked at the pictures on the box, and you can't even see the frame of the bike. I'm figuring, oh, so what? I'll probably end up doing it maybe a gunmetal or a aluminum or steel color. Steel probably.
Yeah, a lot of
the
frames hid behind the body work. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is the cover of the box right here, and you only see this is right here. Right here, I'm pointing with my computer cursor. You can't see it, but right here, there's part of the frame. And the way the picture is showing it, it looks like it's kind of a steel color, not even that gold leaf.
Yeah.
The gold leaf is more in the exhaust, and this is a bronzy color. So I'm probably going to do I'm thinking copper for that. This is the testers again. This is the copper color for it.
Maybe too bright, Jack? Maybe too much?
Yeah, but if you put dull coat on it, it will tone it down. So I got to experiment with that, see if it'll work. So I don't want to buy any more paint. There's so many different colors in this, because they had me mix orange and metallizer. Let me see. I'll share it again. Screen share it again, because I had to do metallizer and green. So you can see where the green is on this picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this is orange here, under here. And this is the gold or the copper. No, I think this is gold for the calipers. There's the orange right under there. That's just a metallizer orange. And it's kind of really weird because the way, and I think the instructions, to me, is just like amazing. The instructions they have are very thorough. I'm sure you guys all have built Tamiya kits.
Yeah.
Tamiya, I'm working on at the minute.
Yeah, and they do give you like the color chart, like 1 part this and 5 parts this, and put it together. I just put it together, make it look good. I don't go that far in mixing it correctly. So this is my paint palette, and you can see that the green there is gray, green, and metallizer. Very different from the silver of the aluminum. So yeah, I mean, this is what I'm learning is painting techniques, because I think, again, as I've always believed, that paint is make or break the model. And thanks to you guys, you mentioned that I can use the Purple Power degreaser to remove even the duplicolor primer. So this is one of the Enterprise model kits. You probably can recognize this, Lou, huh?
That would be the C, yes.
That would be the C, and it did take it off. It did dull it up a little bit because the kit is pretty shiny. And on the back side, I had black underneath white, cheap enamel paint, the 99-cent rattle can. And as you see, it took it mostly off, and there's a portion I sanded. So it's ready to be done over. I'm going to do it with acrylics this time. Because, well, maybe not. Maybe the light blocking, I'll go back to the cheap stuff, because that is really good stuff when it comes to light blocking.
Oh yeah.
I would recommend the Badger Styling Res primer. It's just amazing stuff.
Well, I used here. I did it with Vallejo primer. I just brushed it on.
Yeah.
And it's not very good. It's not very good. It's not going to light block very well. So I'm going to put this in the purple bath again and get rid of it. And you said Badger?
It's the Badger Style and Res primer. It's available in black, grey, and white, and then you get various other colours of it as well. But the three primary colours, black, grey, and white. It's you do need to use a 0.5 needle on the airbrush to spray it, but it's just it goes down smooth. You can sand it within a half an hour.
Oh, nice. What base is it? Is it enamel or is it acrylic?
It's acrylic, well, a polyurethane acrylic.
Oh, okay. Polyurethane.
It's become almost universal here now in the UK. Everyone's gone away from the AK stuff, away from the Vallejo stuff. It was hard to get a hold of, but there's 2 distributors now in the UK for it. But it's a big deal in the States as well. I'll post a link for a video review if you want to have a look at it.
Oh, okay.
If I can find it.
All right. Well, you post that, and I'll catch on to it, and we'll see if we can do something to show it on the show here. I put a poll up as far as what you guys think about having a stash. And I have to say, most of you out of the 16 votes so far want to spend a heck of a lot of money and have a huge stash to be the envy of other scale modelers.
No. That's not the reason. That's not the reason.
Not the reason?
Not the reason. It's not about being envious or trying to be a big show-off. It's more about having a choice, having a selection, having fuel for the future.
No, it's about having the most toys.
Well, from your perspective, Liam, it's like the World War generations that saved everything for whatever reason. Oh,
you might need it one day.
Yeah. Well, I bought the refits when they were cheap. The 1350. I got 3 of those. I bought them when they were very reasonable in the UK. I couldn't buy them now because of the price.
Okay.
So it's an investment for the future. That's the style and the rise, yeah.
This is what you shared.
Damn it.
The video.
Tell me that's written in English.
What is? It's a very strange name.
I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
If you were to look a little closer there, Mr. Lou, it's the basement modeler.
The lowdown.
The bears, and the basement modeler.
Apparently, the legibility is not an issue.
Very Midwest.
Very good modeler. Be careful.
The basement modeler.
The lowdown. Okay.
So yeah, thanks for the share. So if y'all are watching this, you can go to YouTube and check it out. I'm not going to play it because it's messy on the video. Anyhow, is that all y'all have to share? Because we got about another 5 minutes to murder.
Yeah, well, I have been working on my motorcycle and getting parts printed out.
Oh, yeah.
3D.
On a 3D, my 3D, that's like the disc brake.
Uh-huh.
The front disc.
Wow.
And that took a week to print, yes?
No, it actually only took 18 minutes to print.
He's holding it out of paper.
But it was difficult enough to get it to work. That's the rear disc brake.
Uh-huh. Really cool. Yeah, you're printing an entire kit that you found for free. You found it. You found the file free.
Yeah, the file is free from the designer called Velcro. You can find if anyone watches the show Tested, they'll see this bike is shown, was done in January. They were showing it. That's the bottom fairing.
Cool.
So what do you expect it to be as far as time-wise printing the whole thing? Because it took a good day almost to do the stand for your Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah, no. It's days to print this stuff up because some things are I think the longest part was 5 hours or something to print, and some parts are 2 hours, or a lot of parts are 2 hours, and it was only like these discs and that were vary in minutes, but most things are in hours, so you're talking quite a few days to get something printed out so complex as this. So it's not a quick process.
I did share on the community a castle that was 3D printed. You can actually, it's a big.
I watched that video. That was fascinating.
It's fascinating. You use concrete. It's quick-set concrete to build this thing. And you never did see the mechanism that this guy set up. That was the weirdest part.
Well, what I thought was interesting is they found the right formula for the concrete, that it would not only go out smoothly but be dry enough to lay the next layer on by the time you got around it again. I was afraid that whole thing was going to collapse under its own weight.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It did go on top of his share. I got to do a screen share.
Like icing.
Yeah, it does look like icing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Let me screen share this. This is off of the community because I'm not going to click onto the. Not going to click onto the video. But at least the thumbnail gives you the impression how it's being done. But beyond what you see in this picture, as far as what's creating this, he doesn't show you the entire structure that he built to do this. This guy he's a construction specialist. He builds buildings, basically.
Yeah.
And he has a fascination for technology, as he explains it in the video, and he created a 3D printer that builds a castle. And this thing is about, what would you say, Lou, about 25 feet tall?
Well, by the time you add all the parts together, yeah, but it was the big base that they were doing, it looked at least to be a 5x6.
Yeah, that gantry's got to be huge because it pretty well... the gantry's bigger than the actual building that he's building.
Right, and plus they were doing it outside, which was amazing.
Yeah, and you're not seeing the hoses going to the concrete pump and all that stuff.
Exactly, or how big the hopper is, or any of that.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that, but maybe that's proprietary because
he could be keeping that under wraps.
Right, because he also shows that he made certain pieces separate and he just put them together once they all cured.
Yeah,
like the castle-y type looking things, on top of turrets and stuff. And he had like about 12 guys trying to hoist that thing up on top. It's like, why not get a crane? Why not get a small crane to put that up there? I think that would have been. Well, anyway, I want to ask you about Blender. It's a open source 3D modeling software that you can get. I did download it, and I'm going to make an attempt to learn it on a very, very part-time basis.
Their tutorials are excellent, Jed.
There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube as well as from Blender itself. Blender.org is where this 3D stuff is. But my question is, probably you would know, James, when using that, can you 3D print from it?
From Blender, I don't think so. Blender's more meant for 3D artistic stuff. You need more in towards the CAD stuff, so you need like 3D Max, or you can use the free ones like from Autodesk, like 123 Designed, and that to do your work, or SolidWorks, or one of these others to do. You got to be more towards the CAD side of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found that on Blender. It's 3D modeling. It's you can do videos using Blender. In fact, there's quite a few people who have done full-length feature films using
There's
Blender.
ways of capturing an image that way, but if it translates it can be converted to an STL. I don't know for sure.
Okay. All right, but I would imagine that the interface between 3D art, like Blender is, and 3D modeling, which would be CAD, the interface would be different, but would the usage be similar?
Related, but not necessarily the same.
All right. All right. So in other words, if I learn Blender, to move over to a CAD system would be basically learning something all over again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I meant. All right. All right. Well, then that gives me an impression as to what if I want to do 3D printing, because I found a lot of videos where people have built their own 3D printers, as well as manufacturers have made small ones. But I'm kind of interested in doing that, because I have a few ideas that would involve doing 3D modeling and 3D printing. To at least understand how it all works, you can design all kinds of stuff that you want. Probably break copyright after copyright after copyright.
Well, not only that, I think that especially as far as this hobby is concerned, I think it will get down to where you'll have modelers designing parts and third-party parts for different models, and that we'll actually be sharing the files, just like
Sure. That would be easier to do, share the file, than anything else, because I would think it would be harder to trace. So anyway, fellas, that 5 minutes did fly pretty quickly. Let's see, what do we have here? If this is your first time joining us for this Hangout, and you want to view the other Hangouts in the past, you can go to my YouTube channel at Scratch and Jack, and you can like it and even subscribe. And if you don't like it, that just shows you the kind of person you are. This stuff does take some effort to do, some effort. And this hobby is a very big hobby, and I'd like to thank all of our participants here who have their unique contribution to give us. Thanks, Bob, for coming by. Go to bed. You're looking very tired.
Yeah, well, that's the way it is.
It is. And thanks, James, for stopping by. Your expertise
You're welcome.
I value, because you have the ability to cross into other areas like paper, plastic, 3D printing. You're the all-around modeler, as far as I'm concerned, which I'd like to be.
Renaissance man.
And Liam, it's always nice to talk to somebody that a stash is always good to have.
I used to have a mustache as well in the past.
Mustache as well, yeah. And Lou, I am working my darndest to try to make it to Wonderfest. But maybe if not this year, but definitely I'm going to save up my pennies.
You gotta come.
Yeah, definitely my pennies for next year, if not this year. I don't think so this year. It's going to be a pretty big stretch, but we'll see.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
Oh, what's that?
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What did you say, Lou?
I was just reminding you, don't forget to set your clock ahead.
Set your clock ahead. But one thing I would like to figure out is where am I going to stay if I were to go? I think going is one thing, but staying there is another thing.
There are not, if you don't stay at the hotel with the show's at, there are a number of hotels around it. There's a Motel 6 that's actually very nice, but I had to stay there 1 year because I didn't reserve my room in time, and it was pretty cheap.
Oh, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, and you can always share rooms. I mean,
yeah. I think Neil Wooding's going as well.
Neil Wooding? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I might. Neil Wooding is going, huh?
Yeah. Well, that was this is the thing in June, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. First weekend in June.
It's probably cheaper to go there to meet the man as opposed to go to the UK and meet the man, huh?
Yes, slightly.
So yeah, it's actually good to know. Thanks, Phil, for stopping by and showing us that size does matter. And Randall, thanks for joining us and showing us size does matter.
Sure, Jack.
And Wayne, thanks for stopping by too and sharing what you. Hey, boy, you go to all those shows. Keep them coming. It's always good to see what you're going to see.
I've got a competition. Jack, I just got a quick mention. I've got a competition on Monday night.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I've got it's the Lincoln IPMS group. It's the annual competition. They have 4 a year. And it's a grand total. Gets some sort of award or something. So,
well, have all the luck. Good luck. Have all the luck. Good luck with that.
Good luck, mate.
I'm taking that Panther diorama kit I've done.
Okay.
Good.
That's a good one. That's a very good one, in fact. Oh, good luck. Excellent. And this is your host, Scratch and Jack. We'll see you tomorrow at the Sunday Hangout. That will be at 7 p.m. Eastern. And happy modeling, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye now. The live button is still on.
Yes, he didn't press the right button.
Everybody hold your foul language.
He's gone.
He took himself off, but he's left it alive.
We're still alive. That's
Oh dear, oh dear. Lou, quick question. Go ahead. You're not going to Vegas in August?
No, I can't afford to get out to Vegas.
Well, okay.
I heard most of the tickets all sold out anyway.
Oh, it's gone. It's sold out. Yeah. I have one, but I don't know yet if I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
There he's back.
You left us with a live show, Jack?
Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Okay. We're still on air. I pushed the wrong button. Well, see you later, everyone.